To let me leave or anything of the sorts like that. It's literally just, can I leave this hellhole of my own fucking creation?
I will give you guys exactly 5 minutes to discuss this.
Do we see him? Do we see Alexian?
You do not. It's just a voice coming from the statue.
Oh, so we're in the middle, right? Just to reaffirm.
Yes, you're all around the statue.
Okay. And we're standing on the water.
Yes, you are standing in the water as if it was a road.
So this is a prison of his own making, right?
I'm not too sure.
I would assume so.
It most
That's
likely
what it
is.
looks like.
Well,
Honestly,
the worst
I think
things
this
about
Oh, go ahead.
prisons as a psyche is they tend to follow you around, no matter where you go.
Yeah, but that's why we've been looking at his memories. It's basically to find a way that he can start forgiving himself. You know? Not everybody's perfect. Nobody here is. You shouldn't be expected to be perfect either.
If he just leaves like the way he is, won't his memory still haunt him?
Yeah, but he's able to overcome it by being able to accept the fact.
I mean, that's the thing. That's the key. There is the way he is.
Yeah. Like, has he forgiven himself?
If we were gonna make a character judgment, I think he passes. I don't see a problem with the guy. Seems like a swell dude. I'd like to have a beer with him.
You are welcome, after the 5 minutes are up, to try to speak back. I didn't say you couldn't.
I was gonna ask that, yeah.
You can do that.
But I'm giving you guys the 5 minutes just to talk amongst each other before.
Yeah, can you just let us know when it's up so the next thing I
got
speak isn't
Yeah, I got you.
like,
got you.
so yeah, I think I fucking hate his guts. I hate your guts! Is what I'm trying to avoid.
Yeah, so you guys are still good. You're still talking amongst each other.
I think we should let him out, but I want to know what he thinks of himself.
I'd say let him go.
All right.
I'm in agreement there. Does anybody oppose? I think the only ones that were opposing to be able to let him redeem himself were the other groups.
So we are all in agreement that we are gonna release him?
I'd rather this be a unanimous vote.
Yeah.
He is. I don't like that he's saying that we're the ones that are qualified to judge him, because he should also feel as if he can judge himself.
Well, he clearly did.
That's fair, but that was at a much earlier time.
Yeah, but you have to understand, he's been a tortured soul his entire life. His
But
entire
releasing-
life is... Oh, go ahead.
releasing a still tortured soul is probably not the best of ideas.
Not if we're able to save him.
I think if he can convince us, or I don't know. There's a lot of words in my head that I can't formulate into words at the moment.
I mean, what if the memories that we were perceiving were trials as seeing him go through the past, and everything was him contemplating it and being able to internalize it?
Like, right. That's the thing. But he hasn't forgiven himself yet. That's what this Ruidium is.
Possible, but I don't think
Right? That's the corruption?
I don't think that's the case. Maybe coming from him, but I think it's being extracted from him forcefully. I still
don't
think
know.
that is.
My concern is if we just let him go as is, without doing anything, just letting him walk, is that he is still the person that is emitting the Ruidium right now, and that he is trapped in his own mind. So those memories he hasn't forgiven himself for.
He's still in pain. And I
Yeah.
think if we can ease his pain before he's released, I think is probably the best case.
Also, like, the fact that he's just
Repeating the same thing.
the fact he's just asking us to let him go.
Can-
Like, there's no trial. There's no.
That's the thing. He didn't ask us to let him go. He asked us to judge him. Should we let him go? Is the question he asked us. He never said, I want to leave. That makes me trust him a little bit more.
He asked, "May I leave?" His exact words were, "May I leave?"
Yeah, but the whole sentence is what he's saying. The whole sentence kind of implies that, like, you've seen what I have done. What have I become? You better than anyone have the clarity to judge me. May I leave?
Yeah, basically, am I innocent? For right now, the judge, jury, and executioner, technically. Cypher, I got a question.
Yes.
Is your jewel reacting whatsoever at the moment?
Is it?
It is not acting any differently than it has been.
Maybe the jewel will be able to help him. If we do let him go.
Alright, time is up. Anything that is spoken can now be heard by Alexian.
Alright. Okay. I guess I'll do the talking. I walk up to the statue, and from what I understood, the common question is gonna be, have you forgiven yourself?
It was not. Oh man, there's like 3 ways I can go with this. I have dreamed about my future for so long. But now that you ask if I forgive myself, I feel as if my dreams have abandoned me. I just want to walk by myself along the streets of a city where no one has a cause to fear or loathe me.
I think that's honorable.
Honestly, that's reasonable. He just wants to live his life in peace.
How do you see your life in the future if we were to release you? What's gonna happen to the Ruidium?
Oh.
Keyword.
Do not speak to me of that wretched stuff. I would sooner slay anyone who takes it from my domain than see it used again. Let us be rid of this evil place and then deal with the rudium later.
That is an answer we definitely wanted to hear.
Green flags everywhere.
Thumbs up.
I look to the rest of the group. I'm like, I think we're ready to let him go, possibly.
You guys are, it's up to you guys. Whenever you want to decide, you can keep talking. You can decide when you're ready.
If he wishes for peace, then I will fight for that.
I believe he should be able to leave.
All right. I look back to the statue again.
Go ahead.
Does he seem okay? Like, does he seem... Can I insight check him?
Absolutely. I'll let you roll it. Roll me an insight.
Oh, you don't want to roll for him? I'll go.
Nope. He can roll it.
Holy shit. Okay.
For the 0, you got a 20. Amazing.
And a 19.
Technically that would be a fail, but I'm gonna whisper you something.
Excuse me.
20 is a fail. Well, I had no chance of succeeding.
I mean, you are trying
It's
to
up to
read
Mumber.
it.
Anything you say, he can hear. So keep that in mind. But that is the whisper and what you get out of that insight.
You are trying to read a disembodied voice. So, there's no body language to read.
I can't talk.
I mean, you can. It just you don't understand the risk of how you say it.
Can I whisper?
You can try, but assuming that he can't hear you here, I'm just gonna give you a nice little fourth wall break here. He can probably hear you.
We are in his domain.
Puzzle.
So.
But you can always ask him questions. Nobody's telling you not to say what you want to say. I know you're scared of saying the wrong thing, but you know.
I'll just need a second to think about this. This is really rough.
Is he acting strange? Is there any indication that he's...
Yeah, I'm acting like nervous. Like I am very visibly like uncomfortable and nervous.
I'll turn to Anzok, and I'll let him know. Find solace in the fact that in this place we are nothing but the party's sword and shield.
Doesn't feel right.
It never does.
Anzok, you hear a voice inside your head. You look strange. Feeling all right?
This is wrong. Something. I'm replying telepathically. Telepathically.
Mm-hmm.
Something's wrong. Something is off with him. It's conflicted. He's lying to himself more than us. It's like he knows something.
Okay. Who was that? Oh,
Who left?
All right.
It was Kyle.
It was Kyle. It's Kyle.
Don't worry about it.
Nice handout.
There's
Really pretty handout.
Nice handout?
Kudos to the artist on that one. That was really nice.
Oh, looks like the Giant of Rhodes.
I am not sure. I'm speaking telepathically.
Yep.
I am not sure if he is in the right state of mind to be released.
I mean, he sounds like he's depressed and really hard on himself. I guess that makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
I'd still trust him. I don't know.
I will go with that, with whatever you want to go with.
I let the others know that Anzok is worried.
That, yeah, I get the sense that he is lying to himself.
Yeah, I'll say that, sure. But I'll also re-clarify, like,
I'm all for this, by the way. What say you, leader?
I look at Cypher.
Earlier we were all in agreement.
Yeah. Oh.
If there's doubt.
Again, as a quick reminder, anybody can ask him questions. He's listening in.
Sorry.
He's able to be spoken to.
Can you ask him how he feels about his past, his deeds?
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, you can ask Anzok. You have the ability.
Yeah, Anzok, that feels like something you would ask yourself now, doesn't it? You brought it up. So go ahead.
I'll ask him that then.
All right, how do you phrase it? So, like, what are you asking him?
Oh. You've lived a hard life, full of actions and consequences. Have you reconciled with your past and the things that you have done and the things you have become?
I was born as the calamity raged around me. I grew up knowing fear, and I watched the betrayer gods turn my home into a barren wasteland. My only regrets is that I could not save others, and that my sacrifices were not enough to free me from my fate.
It sounds to me like you need someone to fight for you. If you wish to live a peaceful life, then I will fight for that.
I said that out loud, not telepathic.
Okay. I appreciate that.
I think Axel would agree with that. Like, well, I'm not doing anything later either.
Have you forgiven yourself?
Go ahead.
He has kind of answered that question already.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That question was brought up.
Yeah, no, it was.
I'll ask one question though.
Go ahead.
Given I know you don't want us to speak the name here, but what exactly are your plans to get rid of this affliction that not only affects us, but affects a multitude of people in this world? I am referring to. I don't want to mention the name since he, got really angry when it was mentioned.
He said straight up to not refer to it.
Yeah. But I'm not referring to it. That's why I asked.
But you are.
Am I? Am I directly?
You're
Again,
strictly referring to it.
I do not wish to speak about that. As I have stated, we will take care of it after I have been freed.
I'm going to individually hit up my teammates with telepathy. I speak with Anzok.
How do you feel about him leaving? Is that a yes or a no?
No. No, he's gonna do.
So Anzok says no.
However, I'll put this: if everyone else is okay with it, I will go with the party. Like, if I'm the only one that says no, then I'll just go with it. I don't know. He seems weird. Something's up.
I hit up Cypher and I asked the same question.
Before we go there, are we allowed to walk away and go to these islands, or do we have to make a decision now?
Fourth wall, the islands will have no play.
Oh. Okay.
And walking away from them is kind of rude. I'm not saying you
I
can't.
wasn't sure.
You are very capable of walking to those islands.
There is that JRPG instinct of, hey, there's a new area. Let's go find the treasure.
Let's
But,
explore it.
but as you remembered, as you were brought in here, you instantly got brought to the statue, and the statue started speaking to you. I will give you the bit that as you kind of like look at the islands, they look like shrines.
Do these look like shrines from all three of the
Answers yes.
okay.
So I hit up Cypher next.
How do you feel about letting him go? Is that a yes or a no?
I feel it's a yes, but I feel we should stay cautious of him until we are rid of the ruidium.
Fair enough.
There is no allowing that, I think. I don't think we can just allow somebody with the power of a near deity for us to follow them until they can get rid of it.
So I'll hit up Excellion next. How do you feel about letting him go?
That's what I was
you. Okay.
saying.
I'll do the binary though. Yes or no?
Yeah. Not in this state.
No. Okay. I have 2 no's. That's impressive. And I will hit up Hollow.
Holy shit! I'm the fucking.
You are not. So technically, Cypher is yes. Finn hasn't stated. I mean, Finn has openly stated
Yeah.
yes.
I am the the fucking
The
tiebreaker.
deciding
here.
vote.
Oh god. If not now, when? My vote still remains the same.
So yes.
Yes. If not now, when? Why?
Alexian!
Yeah.
You may go.
Nobody's speaking out behind Finn when he says that.
This might be the only shot I have. I want to remove the sword from my back.
Is he the owner of the sword?
If you're leaving, I came all this way specifically for this.
He's a statue, so he's not moving.
I'll still just push it towards it.
Yeah, it sits on the water, and you can push it towards him right after Finn. Anything else anybody would like to say after Finn says that?
Not after. No. It's fine.
Anzok, how do you feel?
I would take that as I told Finn, I would take that he probably talked to everybody. Everybody said yes. I'm probably the only one that said no.
He speaks up. Are you sure?
Oh god damn it!
What the fuck?
Oh God.
I mean, you
Under
can
his
Finn.
breath, Axel will be like, no.
Finn
No.
can still just say yes. It's not a problem. It's just.
I said no.
No,
out
if
loud.
the,
Well,
I will
Well-
outright say no. I'm worried.
well, the group has some doubts. The majority of us think that you are free to leave.
I'm afraid you're in a prison of your own making.
I'll have you know that personally, I have no doubts.
He's gonna look at Anzok. This seems way too easy.
This seems way too easy.
It does, yeah.
This is not right. This is. I'm just gonna put myself on mute.
So he asked, like, "Are you sure?"
Are you sure? Or am I really free to go?
Damn champion, the DM hit us with the "Are you sure?"
If you wish for peace, if you wish for freedom, if you wish no ill will upon the denizens of this realm,
I will speak up. How will you go about achieving said peace?
I haven't said that I will achieve peace myself. I just wish that I want to walk amongst the streets of a city where no one has cause to fear me.
To be fair,
But how do you want to achieve that?
However it plays out. I have
What is
no,
that?
I do not know what happens in the world outside of here. I do not know if the world's at war. I do not know if the world is at peace. I do not know anything other than what happens here. So for me to answer, can I bring peace? How would I bring peace? I have no ability to answer that question.
Will there be peace? The world is currently at peace, as much as a world can be.
that's not.
As much as this place can be?
That is just a blatant lie.
Will you bring harm? Do you wish ill will on the denizens of this realm?
Or will people be harmed just by being around you?
I will not harm those that I have no reason to.
Is there anyone who you might have a reason to bring harm to right now?
I believe
Or when you
anybody.
have-
I believe anybody that would want to bring harm to has already been gone. I've been down here a very long time.
If you could have just left at any time, why did you need us to come down here and allow you to leave?
That's a good question.
Because I do not believe I have the. I do not believe I am the one to decide my own fate.
Well, if you can't decide your own fate down here, how do you expect to decide your own fate out there?
This is a prison. Up there is a world.
The world is a prison.
No, that's correct. The world is a prison.
I've
How
heard
you walk
enough.
about your cell is how you walk about your cell. And you built this prison brick by brick. You are its warden and its only inmate. Same as up there. How will the warden rule his prison up there?
I will not be ruling. I have answered this question many a times, and I will continue to do so. I just wish to live a normal life where I can walk on the streets. That is my dream.
I've had that same dream for a long time. Well, the rivals are not in here, are they?
Nope, you do not see them.
My vote still stands.
Through the memories that we have traveled with you, have you learned anything from how we resolve problems that you resolve differently?
You have felt my remorse and witnessed all memories that I have prayed to be rid of. I am grateful for your actions in retelling of these memories. I have watched them so many times. I wept to see that they could have turned out happily.
If we were to release you, are you going to try to only create happy memories for yourself without the burden of your past?
I do.
Does my insight check still stand? Do I still feel the same way?
Well, you'd have to make another one.
Can I also insight check that?
Yeah.
Oh, I probably shouldn't. Never mind.
I mean, I'd like to too. That's a
Yeah.
possibility.
Go ahead.
Yeah. 14.
I can't pass, so I don't know. There's a point to me making one.
Well, you already said you wanted to make one, so go ahead and roll it.
13.
All right. I'll whisper both of you.
I have engaged blanky mode.
Okay.
I still stand by my answer.
And Hollow also said he stood by his answer still.
I still stand by mine. I will, I'll hit up the 2 no votes to double check.
Yeah, I'm still not convinced. If he's causing this much turmoil down here after imprisoning himself, there's a good chance that he can do worse up there while free.
He can do worse, but what's to say that he's trying to do worse?
He's not trying to do this.
He's not trying to. It doesn't have to do with him trying to do it.
Do you think he would have more of a capability to control what's happening when he's out of the prison versus when he's in it?
No, because this is his prison.
Yeah, this is a prison of his own machination. I don't think that he'll have more control over his sorrows without it.
I don't think it's the sorrows necessarily. Didn't you hear what he said when we talked about Ruidium? He wanted to kill everybody who stole the Ruidium from his place. He can't leave his place right now.
People up there.
That's also
Yeah,
us.
that'd be amazing. That's doing our job for us.
No, that doesn't get rid of the
also-
Iridium.
also
It just
includes-
creates people he's killing.
It also includes us, though. Keep that in mind.
Did we take the Ruidium from this
I'm
place, or are we
poisoned.
just utilizing it?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
There's a difference of using the rudium and get you the one that are like mining it out, quote unquote.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know how he's supposed to tell the difference.
I don't know. He didn't say he was going to go track down everybody that took the Ruidium from his place. He did say he wished harm upon them. So that's fine with me. That sounds like a perfectly logical conclusion. It's like, hey, people are taking this toxic substance from this specified, like, safe place and bringing it to the surface where it can do harm. And I hate those people. That sounds good.
I think that also includes our faction, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, if our
Well-
faction was, like, mining Ruidium while knowing its
Ours
effects,
is
then yeah, they were doing evil on
yeah.
purpose.
They were
Oh,
taking
the-
it to
the-
study it, right?
Only one
Yeah.
faction has gotten it out from the Netherdeep.
And that would
I
be
thought we
Vermilion
had
Dream.
samples to
Yeah.
study.
It doesn't mean that you're the one that got it out of the Netherdeep. You got it from some. You got it from They got it from the Vermilion Dream. The Vermilion Dream.
Is being the only one.
Yes, whether they stole it or they whatever your faction did to get it, they did not go down there and get it themselves.
Okay.
Especially your guys' faction, the library. They have no reason to even be down there.
Yeah. Mainly, all of the works they've done with Ruidium is to study it. So I'm guessing somebody asked a question and we came with this response of what exactly he's going to be doing.
Finn was
Sorry.
doing a revote. Finn says yes. Cypher stood on yes. I said Holo. You've already said you stayed on yes. Axel said no. He doesn't believe it. Anzak hasn't answered again.
We'll just wait on Anzok's answer. I mean, what do you think, Anzok?
I think he's deeply sorrow. I think he's like really like upset and depressed and like really like he hasn't forgiven himself. And he just wants someone to come down here and say, "Hey man, you're not as bad as you make yourself out to believe." But, you know, I don't think he's gonna change. I think he's just gonna do exactly what he's doing down here, up there, unknowingly or unwittingly. And then he's just gonna be like, "Oh no, the thing I wanted for freedom isn't actually fulfilling the void. Let's cram chocolate or murder." And it's like, well, which is it gonna be? Is it gonna be chocolate or murder?
So let me clarify. Let me help you out there. What do you think he's doing down here?
I think that he is unknowingly causing all of this to happen. This Ridium around him is his like corruption, his like self-loathing as a deity figure. And because the self-loathing is still there, the Ridium is going to continue to spread around him, whether he wants it to or not. He's not going to kill himself, because if he was going to kill himself, he would already done it. He wouldn't be down here.
He's ruminating.
Yeah. And unless we can be like, he needs a therapist. What he needs is a goddamn therapist.
To interject there, I actually believe this is his lifeblood, more so than something that comes from his own self.
That's worse. That means he's carrying this Ridium wherever he goes. But I don't think that's what it is. Unless, because if it was,
fair, though.
yeah, but like, if it was that, it would be all over the battlefields, like beforehand.
No, I mean
So what's
now
changed?
as a basically a deity.
Mm.
Sorry if I'm not doing it in character.
I thought he was a deity before he got prisoned down here.
He was never a deity. He was a titan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why I was a near deity.
Yeah, he was never an actual deity. He was just a titan.
Is he a deity now then? Like he's
No.
ascended?
He is not
Still
a
a titan?
deity. He is. There's nobody prays to him. He's not a deity.
Oh, okay. He's like a Hercules then. He's the best.
Kind of. He's not a
He was
demigod.
forgotten about. Wasn't that the whole thing that started it too? Like nobody knows him. Like way in the beginning,
Alright.
the first one.
So if you think that people know him, this will stop?
No, he doesn't want to be known either. He just wants to live a normal life, like you and me.
He wants to have a chance of living a normal life.
It all
I think
feels
that's
too
the issue.
easy.
Not all of us are afforded the option of living a normal life.
It all feels too easy, but yeah, if he wants to go free,
From a meta perspective. Actually, no, I won't meta.
Don't have to be like. Don't say anything. If it's meta, don't say it.
I'm just gonna shut up.
If
Get your
the
blanket.
party believes, the party majority believes that we should release him, that Axel won't stand in the way of it.
I wouldn't stand in the way either. I wouldn't agree because this is not what I was expecting when we would come down here and forgive him. But who's to say that this is not forgiving him? Maybe this is correct, just to get.
I mean,
I
the vote,
don't
even if he did, neither of you would
Yeah.
really stand in the way. The majority vote is already there.
Yeah.
So it's a unanimous vote. Is in yes, or are we still?
Fuck. I would through Finn. ask Axel what he's thinking exactly.
I'll relay whatever Axel says. I'll ask the question to Axel.
Am I alone in this?
I feel as if we all carry our own burdens very heavily, and I don't think that you can just release them at any time. It's releasing one person from their own self-made prison into a world that open can be damning, I think. He put himself here for a reason. But that said, if the rest of you think that he is prepared to leave his self-appointed cell, then it is just the rolling of the cards, or the dealing of the cards, I guess.
My God, I
This
guess.
is still all mind speak, right?
Yeah, it's you. You're Finn. You make the call.
This is all transporting through Finn. He doesn't have to actually say it, but like anything Finn hears, if he can relay it, not a problem.
Oh.
All right. Are we settled? I'm fine with announcing. I feel like there hasn't been a lot of change in the votes, but even though we're discussing, so
Yeah, we should ask him more questions, I think. But I don't know what questions exactly we should ask. Like, I
You know
don't know.
what? If you have any questions and you would like me to ask them, just let me know. I don't have any questions personally. I feel pretty solid on the choice.
And what he's
Oh,
so
Armory.
conflicted about. Ask him why he's so conflicted when he speaks to us.
You sound conflicted. Why is that?
I am conflicted in the sense of I am not comfortable judging myself.
What?
I am still worried, just as such as you would be.
What's he worried about? That's what I would ask Finn.
Whether you are to let me go or make me stay.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know why you'd be conflicted. What did the moon tell us about him? Feels weird, but sure. I'll tell Finn, like, that's what his confliction is. I won't stop you. I'm here to protect you guys. And I do believe he deserves forgiveness, the deeds that he's done. And if all we need to do to earn that forgiveness and for him to leave his prison and break free of his shackles of the past is to let him leave, then so be it. I have judgments that could be wrong or right, that there's something more to it, but I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you, it probably won't be that easy, but we can at least get this as a starting off point.
I will turn to Alexian.
Alexian, we've reached an understanding. We judge you, and you are free to leave.
All right. All right. Give me a second. The statue of Alexian suddenly explodes, spraying debris and black ichor. The prayer sites too explode into rubble as the Pantheon siphons off their last vestiges of power. His voice resounds from everywhere as he screams, "Never again will they forget my name." A titanic mass of oily, slick shadow gushes past you and tears a hole in the edge of the heart. A wave of darkness comes over you. You are left grasping for breath. But that is the least of your worries. Ruin is coming to Exandria.
Fuck you guys. Fuck you. I said it. Okay. Yep.
You have a... Let me... So you guys suddenly that were standing on top of this thing of water. You guys suddenly like start sinking through it as you grasp for your last breath of air as you guys sink into this water as the heart is collapsing around you. Before you know it, you guys are back into the Netherdeep, right in the center of the heart. Everything is collapsing around you. Rocks are falling. The whole place is falling apart. You guys obviously are going to try to sprint your way out.
However, we have to leave.
Yeah, swim or sprint or whatever.
Yeah, you guys start swimming towards the portal, which is the closest thing to you. You go to swim by the portal, and the portal's not active.
Alright, so we have to do it the hard way.
Yeah.
So the rift doesn't work?
It does not.
Well, we have a map.
Yes, you guys definitely know which way to go. So everybody needs to make me an athletics check, please.
Do I have advantage or disadvantage on that? Ability check, disadvantage.
Because you're
Exhaustion.
Yeah, so do I.
19.
9.
14.
6.
Finn, you don't have to make a check.
Okay.
Why?
Because he answered. So the rest of you feel like you're kind of being pulled into where the heart used to be. Finn is not. Holo slowly starts falling behind you guys. As you guys start to swim. The place again is collapsing. All the rocks and everything. You see other fish are freaking out. The big fish that normally would try to eat you are just swimming by you. You can tell that they sense the danger as well. Alright, Holo, you gotta make another athletics for me.
Is there any way I can help him?
You can slow yourself down if you wish to try to give him
Yeah,
aid,
I'll
but...
slow down. Try to help him.
Alright, Holo, you would have straight then, because you have disadvantage?
Straight roll. That would be a straight roll. 15.
With Anzac's help, being able to like grab a hold of your hand, you know, your wrist, he's able to pull you forward as you guys continue to swim out of the Netherdeep. Right. As you guys continue to swim, you guys eventually make yourselves back to where you would normally need the rudium to transport you, but you guys are able to get yourselves out. And where you guys would end up is in Kalmaro. Minus the ferry.
Is Alexi in there? Can we stop him?
You do not see him.
Awesome.
Is the structure itself here crumbling or something?
It is absolutely crumbling. It is kind of like collapsing on itself.
Ooh.
You guys manage to slip out, get onto this ramp as this thing just collapses right behind you.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's get back to the surface.
I fear, my friends, we have made a grave mistake.
That
Yep.
we have.
So you guys are gonna go ahead and just rush yourselves back to the surface.
Yep.
As you guys kind of go through Kalmaro here, you guys remember that like little like would have been a research lab?
Yep.
It's like blown the heck up. It is completely destroyed.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow, guys. We suck.
Yeah.
You guys gonna go back to the city? Oh man.
I just spilled water all over my crotch.
How I'm
You guys, we're
went
gonna go ahead. I need 10 minutes, so let's go ahead and take a break.
Okay.
Zoom. You make your way out from this tunnel. Again, if you remember, the Kalmaro is like a 50 feet tunnel of just going straight down. You guys quickly, with a good pace, get out to the city, and the city is just on fire. You see bodies laying in the streets, buildings crushed, and black ichor just like creeping around, dripping all over these buildings as people are screaming, running to the sides, trying to find somewhere to hide as you come in and show yourselves in this city. What do? You do not see any obvious signs of him.
Alexian.
Yeah, Alexian. Other than just like remains.
I'll scream to the heavens, Alexian, you liar! Get back down here!
So do you actually scream it out to the heavens?
Yeah, I call for him.
He doesn't answer, but somebody will. Roll me a D8.
What rival do I get?
3.
Maggie?
You hear a voice, kind of a roar from the sky above you. Only Anzak can currently hear this at the moment. It sounds like 5 voices speaking at one time.
Do they sound draconic?
They speak to you in Draconic.
Do I know who this is?
Make me a religion check.
As a Dragonborn, do I get advantage?
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh no!
Oh god, it's Tiamat.
He's like, mommy.
What type of check am I making?
Religion with advantage. I'm still gonna give you some. You're gonna miss some details, but you're gonna understand. This is clearly Tiamat reaching out to you.
Excuse me.
Yeah, fuck it, Tiamat, let's go.
Do you accept me into your heart to stop this in which you have unleashed onto the land? You know this. You know exactly who this is. Together, we will be able to stop him. It's not. I don't want this happening just as much as you do. But this will come.
Your conditions. My soul for his. That's my offer.
Your soul isn't nearly enough.
Take my sons.
Your sons has been claimed.
Then unclaim it.
And even I do not have the power to defeat that his is claimed to.
Then I should just ask him for help.
He will not answer.
You don't know my son.
This offer stands as a one-time. In return of accepting this alliance, you will then become one of my cultists, per se. He'll be a little bigger than that. I wish to walk this land again.
Oh god.
Now
5
I'm
that was my choice.
You got 5 minutes.
Alright, Tiamat wants my soul. I become a deity of something. And then she'll help us. But I sacrifice my soul in the entire village.
Yes, basically you do.
Person.
Going back to Avernus, baby. Let's go.
That's the offer. Do you think we can stop this without her? I'd rather say yes.
Take it.
Take the offer?
That's
That is, I think we're done making big decisions like that right now.
I have 5 minutes to make the decision.
You're...
Fuck it. I believe in all of us enough that we can stop this through other means. But I think we
it
might need to
stop your
talk.
chains?
What?
Would it stop your chains from connecting?
And
No, I believe
Yeah,
that.
it wouldn't. Yeah, it would not.
I believe that would happen no matter what.
Then what's the point?
Well, instead of my soul going down to hell, it goes to there. That means I can't stop my son. I'm sacrificing my entire village for this.
I'll give this to you. You do understand if you accept this alliance, you will be doing things to help Tiamat in the future, as you understand, as a servant to her per se. So you would be doing the kind of stuff. You could be
and
doing
then my soul
rituals.
still goes down to fucking Avernus, and then my entire village gets sacrificed anyways.
Well, that was my other question. Is that we're not in like the Sword Coast lore? Like, what is Tiamat in this?
Exact same. Tiamat is
Exact
exactly
same.
this. Yeah.
Except for she's a betrayer. She
Yes,
sided on the betrayer side.
Yes, she is a betrayer god.
It's a calamity.
In case the Axel would tell you he'd kill you.
All right, Tiamat. I'm sorry, but because you can't take my son's power away, I can't make the deal.
I would say I wish you luck, but I hope you get
There's-
eaten.
Lol.
That is my fate, isn't it, to be?
Oh, your fate's far worse.
Why don't we ever get talked to by cool gods like Bahamut?
Tiamat,
And the
I say
connection's
this from the
broke.
deepest part of my heart. I hope you never come back.
Yep, the connection's broke.
All right, guys, I doomed this entire land in selfish reasons. But those 100 people matter more than this 20,000.
I mean,
So let's
to
go
be
kill
fair-
a fucking titan.
To be fair,
Classic Gamezok.
if you think this guy's out here being bad, imagine Tiamat back out here.
Also, Finn, I need a favor.
What you want?
I don't know if you can do this. I like to describe my son in very much detail,
Okay.
down to everything, and then, like, Finn, my son is in this town. He's got to be. There's the only way. We're going to need his help.
I do not believe that. I'm killing him on sight.
Just ask if he knows where Alexian is. If you can.
Are we okay with that?
No, not at
I'm
all.
not asking
No.
you. I'm only asking you.
Oh well, if he's asking, if we're not hearing this,
Yeah.
I mean, Finn can do it
Alright.
without anybody even knowing, technically.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I'm asking.
So I'd have to use a spell, right? Like the telepathy thing
Sending.
has a range. I would have to use sending, and I do have sending actually. Which I haven't used. So I'm surprised you made the assumption that I had sending, but I do.
I don't know. You talk to mind. I assume that means you talk to everyone.
All right. So I'd probably just ask you enough questions to become familiar, and then ask you what message you want to send to your son. I can send him a 25-word. Yeah, here, I'll press the thing. There you go.
Nope. I can pull that off, and honestly, I think we can use all the help we could get. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Let's do this.
I'm gonna die.
Why would you think that he is the enemy of your enemy?
So as Finn is doing this, you notice Cypher maybe a street or two down staring at something.
is she just standing there?
I'll
She
look at this,
she is
yeah.
just standing there.
I'll go look.
I'll walk
at
up.
What she's doing.
You notice what she's looking at is Kids Are Us on fire and burned
Oh,
down
it's the orphanage.
in dust.
Kids Are Us? You named the orphanage Kids Are Us? Okay.
We did.
Not by choice.
Oh, jeez.
I'm gonna tell Finn to pause it, and then I'm just going to rush into the fire.
It's dust.
No, it's burning down into dust.
It is dust, yeah. It's fine. Regardless, he was gonna do it, even if it's just dust. So you kind of run in there.
Anyone, even the vampire, she alive? They're pretty immune to fire. Resistant to it, at least. I pick him up and carry as many as I can out.
Okay, you get about 5. The rest aren't there.
All right.
Or if they are there, you can't find them.
I lay out 5 very burnt bodies. Child size.
So Cypher isn't actually saying anything anymore at the moment. It's just tear stains on her face and a haze over the other eye. She's not herself anymore.
Ooh.
I go over to Finn. Send the goddamn message now.
All right. What do you want to say, boss?
Help
Are
us.
you
find
talking
and
to
fight-
him?
No, I am. Well, I would have said that other part out loud. To send him the message immediately.
Who are we contacting?
My son.
Finn, you send that message. I will kill everybody in this party.
Well, I don't want to fight 2 bosses. All right, let's let's slow it down.
Axel, why?
I want you to imagine, picture in your hand, the head of our fallen comrade.
It'll be the same way we fight Alexine.
I got a better idea.
What you got?
Axel, can you still fly?
No.
Oh.
Not until I sleep.
Fuck it.
That was a short-lived idea.
Message. Contact Maggie. Tell her where we are and tell her to meet us.
That's a good idea. Good job, Anzok.
Wait, who's Maggie again? I don't remember.
Explain about Maggie.
The ogre.
The ogre.
Ma-
Did I meet Maggie the ogre?
Yes.
Contact Emma. Okay, no, you haven't, Maggie. So yes.
Okay. My character would remember, even if I'm dumb.
Yeah, he would remember.
All right. What you want to say?
Our exact location. We're in front of Kids R Us and on Criel. About X miles from the exit of the whatever. We need your help to fight to stop Alexian.
Alexian.
All right. I
Has
cast
the-
sending.
Has Ankarel's military mobilized at all?
Yes. But
Is there a gold dragon in the sky doing anything?
no.
I think that guy was just there to fuck with us, man.
The problem is there's not really much to fight. You do see everything's been deployed to help aid, whatever the case is, in the city. But there's nothing to fight, which is the crazy part, is you just see Black Ichor destroying things on fire. Like, there's nothing to fight. The guards and, like, military are just trying to save people, get people out, and trying to get them to safe areas.
Is there anywhere that hasn't been touched at all?
No.
All right. Well, we
I
wait
got
until
an
they
idea.
get here.
I think I know where he is.
Where?
Betrayer's Rise. Where else would he be?
We can find out right now.
So, Finn, you sent the message, right?
So I'm sending the message. Yeah, I sent the message sending.
Can they
Use it,
respond
so.
regardless?
They can respond immediately in a like manner. So I'm guessing also 25 words or whatever.
All right, so there's a 5% chance that the message won't arrive because they're in
Only
another
if they're on a
plane.
different plane.
Only if they're in a different plane.
Yep.
And you're sending it to Maggie?
Yep.
We're sending it to Maggie. Yeah.
You roll me a d6.
A D6. Here we go. 4.
All right, Maggie's not the one that did not make it out.
Shaggy didn't make it.
Maggie responds, "We'll find you when the time is right. We are busy." I mean, how long can the message be?
25 words.
25
Alright.
words.
We're dealing with our own fight. We'll find you.
I relay that to everybody else.
All right, let's help who we can. Get him to safety. Get him alive.
Is there any near us other than the the orphanage burning down? Are there any like buildings that are still intact but just on fire at the moment? Champ.
There would be a couple, yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna use something that I've had since the beginning of the campaign. I'm gonna throw one of the beads to see if it can stop the fire.
Yes, yeah, a big old puddle of water will come flying out of that bead and absolutely put the whole building out.
Well, the good news is, this isn't magical fire.
Great.
We can give first aid here, but I think he is in Betrayer's Rise.
That's a long way to go to be wrong.
Don't know if I have a tool that would locate him. Don't think I can. All right, let's. So while we're waiting here, is there like a building or anything like that that's like taller, say, than the other buildings around us? Anything that I can get on top of and see a good distance?
Yeah, absolutely. There would be something you can get on top of. The one he actually, we'll just say for the sake of it, the one he put the fire out of is a, like almost a 3-story that you could climb on top of, no problem, to get a decent view of the city.
Let's get a look around.
So I'm gonna try to climb that building.
I'll give you my grappling hook if it helps.
Yeah, with the grappling hook, there'll be no check. He can absolutely just throw the hook on top, pull himself up. It is not a pretty view, Finn. You kind of like look around and you just see destruction everywhere. People running around, people that haven't made it. It looks bad. You can also see that your faction building is absolutely does not exist. It is absolutely gone.
Can't get much worse than this.
I take a look around and I'm looking for like active destruction, explosion, or loud noises or the sounds of combat.
You're gonna have to make a perception. It's gonna be rough. There's a lot of sounds going on with people screaming and everything else happening. So you make a perception for sound to see if you can zone out anything that's important to you.
YOLO. 17.
Okay. You're kind of like out and about, you're listening, you're looking for active destruction. Nothing's really standing out to you right now. It looks like everything's either happening. The only destruction you see actively happening are places such as that maybe had explosive material. That are maybe triggering a little later and little explosions are happening. You can see that all 3 faction buildings are basically gone, the library included.
All right, last thing I'm going to look at here, I'm going to glance at, is Betrayer's Rise
not even
rise?
close.
Is it above?
Not even.
You are
Yeah.
way
too far away.
way
far.
too far away.
Yeah.
I'll relay it to the rest of the party.
I can't spot any specific spot where he might be. All the faction buildings are gone. Maybe we could hit them up, hit up one of the buildings on the way to Betrayer's Rise. See if anybody knows where they are.
Betrayer's Rise was like far.
It's on a
Super
different.
far away.
It's almost on a different continent, Finn.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
never
he
mind.
doesn't know that. The reason
No,
why
yeah.
I'm mentioning
You had to teleportation portal here from
yes.
Betrayer's.
No, correct, but knowing Alexian, that's why I'm considering it being there. But it's fine.
Guess no.
Thing is, we're not seeing sign. Oh, go ahead.
I'm not sure if we're exactly prepared or strong enough to fight Alexian outright while he's released like this. I think we might have had a better chance when he was imprisoned. We don't know what he's capable of at this point. I mean, I doubt that while in that prison he had enough power to destroy a whole city in 2 seconds like this. I think now would be the time to mobilize and gather forces.
What do we do? Where do we go?
Preferably first to the military bases here.
You will know that these military bases are gonna be very empty. They're all gonna be deployed around the city doing what they for.
No commanders or anything.
Providing aid wherever they can.
Yeah.
I also doubt they want to help the people that unleashed a monster on their city.
Yeah.
I think our best bet is to leave.
We are, in fact, at this point, monsters ourselves. By sheer accident.
So, while you guys are doing your own thing, Cypher will actually get closer to the wreckage and grab a stone, seeing if she can find another soul in there, just one soul that can change anything. She figures out that Dermot did not survive either. So, she'll speak out. She's like, fuck second chances. They don't exist. I should have just accepted from the start that I am no good. I have always been evil after I murdered everyone. And she will call out like Anzok had done, and she will actually try and find somebody. She will give a free for all, whomever wants.
Roll me a d8.
That's in 5.
You are gonna get an answer. What languages do you know?
I think it's Sylvan and Elvish, and Common.
You got an interesting one, so give me a second. So you actually are going to get an answer from a serpent.
All right.
You kind of hear, you know, the way they talk, kind of like the tongues, with the hissing.
Mm-hmm.
I can give you what you're looking for. All you have to do is accept and do what I ask of you. It'll be a fun time.
I accept. I'm not even asking.
All right. I'm going to give you a name. You're welcome to look them up. And suddenly in your hand, you get this sword with a serpent handle pointing out. It's definitely more of a short sword length.
Okay.
And you understand that even this sword has enough poison to even kill a god.
We've seen that before. Not that specific one, but that symbol campaign.
Yep.
You understand that this sword could absolutely do what you want it to do.
Okay. All right.
You'll get more, but we'll talk about that later. You're gonna get boons.
All right.
Can I take my sword off? I'm assuming it wouldn't leave me in the Netherdeep.
No, it always finds its way to you.
As much as I wished it just fucking stayed there.
So as you got out of the tunnel, the water just filled up, and there was your sword floating next to you.
Yes. I'll take it off and I'll put it on the ground. I'm just gonna sit with it, and I'll try to pray to Cord. If it's not too chaotic, I guess.
Make a religion check.
Oh, is that disadvantage too? Yeah. Or are we
no,
still exhausted?
It'd be straight.
Still...
I'll give it to you for straight.
Okay. Oh, are we still infected? Can we still see like red lines and shit?
You are still infected, yeah.
8.
All right, so you're not gonna get an answer. But the sword slightly floats from the ground in front of you.
Is that a compass?
I want to look under it and like put my hand under it.
Yeah, you like kind of move your hand under it, and it is pointing a certain direction.
Which way is it pointing?
It's going north.
North. We go north.
How do you know?
I don't, but the sword does. It's never led me astray.
You know what? You all sound crazy right about now, but I'm willing to try just about anything.
You have talked inside of my head. That is also crazy.
I mean, what real choice do we have here? At this point.
Hancock just said he was going to turn into a dragon. Now you're saying you're using your sword as some sort of compass. I don't know. Whatever. Let's get out.
Can we like pray to Bahamut, like the good god of the dragon?
I mean, you could pray, but you're not gonna get an answer.
Yeah.
The betrayer gods are very active now for some odd reason.
Yeah.
Wild that would
Wild,
be.
huh?
I'm assuming the only reason Quarter even respond because he's like, yeah, let's fight, let's do it. He's like, I'm here to destroy Loth again before we even fight. Let's go. But yeah, is there anything we need to do before we start heading north? While we're traveling, I would grab whatever like rations and stuff we pass on the way, just because if we're traveling outside of the city, like last time we left, it wasn't super cool.
So as you guys kind of like make your way to the city, everybody's fine with trying to leave the city?
Okay.
Everybody's fine with trying to leave the city because that's what Axel wanted to do.
Well,
And
it's
that's where the
leading us
sword
north.
says to go.
Yeah.
You guys can kind of see a beat up body on the side of the road that you recognize. It's Jamal, leader of the library.
Oh, is he still breathing?
I can.
He is breathing very slowly, but he still is.
Okay. No, I was gonna run up to him. Here.
Yeah.
All
I'm
right.
heading over as well.
All right, hold on. What do you do when you run up? He slaps your hand away. He's like, "Don't you fucking touch me. This is your fault."
But do you not want to live?
What happened down there? How did you unleash him? That was not what the plan was.
We weren't able to stop him one way or the other. Where did he go?
It was just a black mist came out. He kind of coughs up blood. Ugh. A black mist came out and just destroyed everything and just kept going. It didn't stop. It went north, from what I can tell.
Then we put an end to this. Were you able to see anything?
I
A
don't even
weak
know how to react to this.
Yeah. The only thing we saw was it was leaving Black Ichor behind that was just destroying everything it touched.
Black Ichor. Is it a demon? Okay.
I just hope the gods are listening because we're gonna need everything we got.
So he's refusing help? Like, we can't help him?
Yes, he is refusing
No.
our help.
Yeah.
Do you have any words? Anything you would like me to relay to the others?
No,
I don't even know what to respond to this.
No?
nothing.
Well, if we can't help here, we have to move on.
Sorry. I don't know
No,
what to
you're-
make of the scene.
I'm just completely like speechless at the moment.
It's like clicking to Holo right now.
No. It was already clicking earlier, but now it's even more so. Where I understand that we fucked up, but it basically goes against all his ideals of giving somebody a second chance. And I don't really have any excuses to what we did. Nor do I even want to excuse
only
ourselves for what we
excuse-
did.
The only excuse for what we did was we were wrong. That's all that needs to be said. The only second chance that are offered is us righting the wrong that we created.
It's really only our bet. That's really only our best bet at this point. Like, I don't know what else to do.
This ends here.
Well, not here, right where we're at. But I get what you're saying, and yes, I agree.
We have to contain the chaos. We don't know how widespread this is.
How long do I have left on my tattoos? Do I even have enough time to go find him?
So you kind of like look down. You barely have any time left.
I'm sorry, guys.
Unless you find a way to extend it or borrow time, you don't know how much you really got. It ain't much.
Is Cypher still like catatonic after mentioning that? I don't know if that was inside your head or not when you were grabbing the stone.
No, it wasn't. That was actually spoken out loud because I had to reach the heavens or whatever.
And you guys saw the short sword show up. You know, it's not like
So
it was
we did
hidden.
see it.
Yeah, it wasn't
Okay.
hidden. It's not like it hiddenly showed up on her. It showed up in her hands.
Wow, this is the worst arc possible.
That short sword emits so much power that you haven't sensed before.
Look, we don't have time to do this. I've got maybe 3 weeks left on these goddamn tattoos before my soul gets dragged down no matter what we do.
We
Finn,
move. What's up?
how many times can you send?
Only a few more.
Yeah, the problem is I wouldn't know what north means as far as the
It doesn't matter
continent
what
goes.
it means.
What?
No, I know.
The song
But
says go north, so I go
go
north.
north, so we go north, but we don't know how far north we have to go.
Until
Okay.
the sword says stop.
We have
I
no.
guess-
We really don't have any other choice, though. We just gotta
Follow
keep
the
going.
path of destruction.
There is no path of destruction. The city stands among a vast desert. There is no. We are isolated for many, many, many miles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's just keep going then.
Then follow the Blackacre.
Yeah.
Head north.
I'll go for as long as I can.
All right.
All right, so we're moving.
So Cypher, you're gonna go ahead and just like sheath that short sword. It has a special sheath. Again, the you know, like I said, the handle's very serpent looking, and you know what it can do. Some of it, like I said, we'll get to you more after. Yeah, you guys can walk out the city throughout the destruction. It takes you guys a bit of time to walk out. You do pass quite a bit of death, destruction, and everything as you're kind of quickly trying to escort you guys out the city. You guys get a feeling that maybe you got some painted targets on your back as you walk by ex-guild members or people that were in the factions.
know-how.
Yeah, that might have known that you guys were one of the groups that you went down into the Netherdeep. But yeah, you guys absolutely make yourselves out to the desert. Understand that this travel is not going to be easy.
Nope.
Okay.
You guys don't really have much amongst you guys. Let's go ahead and... Give me a second.
You're good.
I actually gotta pull up a full map now. All right. Oh. Give me a second. You guys did great, by the way.
Yeah.
Amazing.
What happened? Sorry,
Did
I'm turning it.
I said you guys did great.
I can't tell if it's sarcasm.
No, I can detect the hint of sarcasm there.
All right. All right, so you guys are just gonna follow the sword, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any other hints we get if there's like Icar around or something like that? A good way to figure out where we're going.
You do not really see a trail of anything, which is actually quite confusing. As why? The sword continues to point north, but there is no trail that you're following, rather than you're just following kind of like wherever his sword happens to bring you at that time. But the first night, you guys are gonna obviously get to rest. We get to roll a role play. This will be more entertaining this time when you guys all sit down for camp. Who's not in Roll20?
Me. Yeah, I just hit the reset
Okay.
button.
Okay. I guess Axel's talking to Axel. Hold on.
Yeah, he's talking to himself. Finn?
Axel and Finn, you guys kind of obviously the tensions are high. You guys make a fire. You get whatever you got to kind of out in this desert that you guys haven't really seen anybody else for the first day of travel. You didn't get a lot of travel in. As you guys got up from the Netherdeep, you guys only got up maybe 5-6 hours of travel before you guys had to make camp. The desert gets very rough at night. It's very hard to travel through the desert at night. But as I said, you guys set your little tents, whatever to sit, rations. You make the fire. You two happen to sit next to each other. So go ahead.
What made you so cautious around Alexian? I was almost certain he was an unfortunate but harmless soul.
Nobody is unfortunate or harmless. We all carry our burdens on our sleeves, and they affect us in the same way.
I'm not quite sure about that. I feel something happens to you. You can't really help that, but you can control how you react to it. He seems so calm.
Yes, I mean, how many men do you think I've killed?
I wouldn't try to count.
I wouldn't either, so I don't. But I can remain calm just as he can. But every single one of those slayed men, I still remember. There are ghosts that follow you.
Well, I imagine there are more ghosts following us now than ever.
Yes. Which is why it's important to have everybody looking everywhere at all times.
If we see him, we're gonna have to kill him. There's no other way around it.
I've never lived by a different motto.
You know, what he said to me, wanting to live peacefully in the streets, unseen. It would be a good life.
It would.
Maybe not the best.
What it seems as if you don't really need the curse of a moon to live a poor life. We've all seen.
Now that you mention the moon, you look up, and that moon is lit red, brighter than you've ever seen.
You think he did this?
I don't know if he did it or if it's just Rudius or reacting. It's like Rudius's child has come home.
You know, speaking of children, I can't help but think maybe he would have turned out different had his parents lived.
Well, I'm sure of it. Perhaps he wouldn't have become so angry. Resentment is like a poison that lives in the heart.
You know, I never saw myself in a scenario like this. Always thought I'd just be...
Could anybody?
True. You know, when you think about it, it's absurd. It doesn't make any sense.
How are you faring in the desert environment?
I've been here before.
That's good. I'm glad you're used to it.
Luckily, this body doesn't come without its perks.
He waves his hand, and you'll notice a giant globe of water appears over his head, and just falls on him, soaking him from head to toe.
How often do you have to do that?
Well, it helps to fill your flask. Look, the skin doesn't like the sun too much. Gotta do it once every few hours, probably.
At this
I
point,
better
if,
cover up. Sorry.
At this point, you're good. At this point, anybody could butt in if they want. At this point, they would have talked a bit. If anybody has anything to say or want to do, now is the time to tell me or butt in on their conversation. All right.
No,
so-
there's. I'd like to see how Cypher's doing.
That'd be interesting. What is Cypher doing?
They're just sitting by themselves by the fire, just staring into it.
Hey,
Not the only one, by the way.
I look over at Cypher. Oh, sorry. I'll let John. Sorry.
You know, I saw the new tool you got there.
Yep.
Oh, when she speaks, make me a perception check, Anzak. You notice that her tongue is split.
I think I already had the feeling that something like that had happened.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so now you notice it. Yeah.
I was offered a deal too.
Did you take it?
Couldn't.
Why?
I wanted to. All this traveling, all of what we've done for one purpose. To either save my son or put him down if he cannot achieve forgiveness. If I take that deal, I can do neither. So I would have failed before I even began after getting this far, no matter what. However, I don't fault you for making whatever deal you made.
That's alright. Unlike you, I have nothing left. I tried. It's already been taken away, so all I'll do is destroy the one that took that away from me.
Remember this. We always have something left. You have us.
How long will that last? Who says he's not gonna take you guys as well?
You can try. He pulls out a bottle of wine. You can damn well try. Uncorks it. Takes a big drink from it. Besides, we all both know it's my son who's gonna get me. It'll be a race. Alexian or that silvery bastard.
Let's see them both go down.
I had an idea. What if we throw one at the other?
Sounds like entertainment.
Poured another drink. Look, if you ever want to talk or need anything, it's gonna be rough. Road's not ahead when you suddenly lose everything, or know you're about to lose everything all at once. It's a rough deal to get yourself out of the pit, but we're here.
I'll remember that.
Yeah, he'll walk off. How long do I have? Do I actually have 3 weeks? Do I have 2 days?
You
I
got
have a pretty good feel of this.
You got a couple weeks.
All right.
The bottle of wine feels good going down. Go ahead, Axel.
Before we go to sleep, can I try and reach out to Cord again?
Yeah, go ahead and make that check. Do a religion. Cord doesn't seem to have enough to get to you, but somebody else is going to answer your call. Let me...
Me, the DM. Here I am.
All hail Champloo.
So as you're kind of doing a quick prayer, you open your eyes and you see yourself in the same spot, but everything kind of slowed down. And you see a beautiful woman sitting next to you. She looks familiar. The Changebringer.
Oh.
She kind of sighs. Kind of messed this one up.
I had a feeling. We should have trusted my gut.
Well, the past is the past. We got to worry about the now.
I agree.
You were looking for aid. What kind of aid were you seeking?
Honestly, the kind of power that you hold, the power to bring the change.
You know we don't interfere very much when we don't have to.
Yes, unfortunately, your counterparts seem to disagree with that sentiment.
Lately, yes, they've got an optimistic side about their future this last day.
I couldn't wonder why.
I can't offer much. But what I can, I will. You just need to understand that me, as well as that who you pray to, will be looking over your shoulder. And when needed, and when the time is right, understand that we are looking after you.
That brings a lot of solace to me.
What I can give you now is you're going to have to cross the ocean. It won't be easy. But your journey is got quite a lot of time left. It's going to be tough. It's going to be a lot of death. A lot of people that have been moved on to the next plane, the next shift of their life. But all is decided as fate is fate. You were chosen for a reason, and I don't think that was still wrong, regardless of the outcome. But you do have a couple hurdles in your way.
Crossing the sea north, that would take us to Sela?
You will not be crossing the sea north. You are being brought north to a port, which will then you will have to find a boat. The sword will continue to guide you.
As it always does. Is this yours, by the way?
Oh, no. I've never lifted such a weapon in my time. But you have a couple things you need to keep an eye on. She looks over to Cypher, which is kind of like, somewhat frozen in time, kind of staring at the fire. That one has made a deal.
I had my assumptions.
But she still has her role to play. It'll be up to you to guide her out of it when the time is right, if possible.
And what of the lizard man? Is there anything we can do to extend his time?
That one's a little more tricky. But let me look into it. It's possible that I might be able to arrange something.
You know, I've been meaning to ask somebody this question. But I have died before. And something tried to eat me, and I don't know what it is.
Now, I do have that answer. But it's better I don't tell you, dear.
That's terrifying.
Understand that is not your guaranteed fate. Your path may be changed.
Fate is weird.
Fate is weird, but it is my time to go.
Safe travels.
Oh, safe travels. And she kind of fades into light, and then everything resumes as normal.
And gods are weird.
All right, anything else anybody would like to do?
Before going to bed, I will report to Maggie what we're doing.
She will respond. I'm gonna whisper you, because it's up to you how you want to tell the party some of this information.
Okay. All right. We'll report. I report the following message to my allies. We were on our way to cross the street and the sea. Friends of mine reached out. Destruction everywhere on the Tal'Dorei Republic.
Taldore.
Tal'Dorei.
This is... We might have just brought on the apocalypse. This is an extinction level event. Then we
No
don't
need
have
to
time be
ruminate on
sleeping.
it. We can't very well move if we don't sleep.
I'm moving fine while exhausted. I don't see why a couple more days wouldn't do anything.
Eventually it'll kill us.
I'll die anyway.
Yeah, but you're just... Oh, God.
No,
Am
no,
I
no.
speeding it up?
Yes. We're working with borrowed time.
I've been working with borrowed time for the last year.
I don't think we should skip a rest right now. Several of us are about to collapse.
We don't want to throw away what little chance we have.
You're right, but I've got 2 weeks. I'm going to die.
You might
2
have more
weeks.
time. Just give me time to work.
What? What do you mean?
I understand through our travels, Purr has escaped us all. But we may have been answered a little bit.
Axel, please tell me you didn't make a deal on my behalf.
I don't make deals, Zuck.
Bargaining, please.
Deals make me.
Can I insight check him?
Uh,
Okay, so I would insight check because I'd be very concerned that he just made a deal with like Tiamat
yeah,
that somehow extends my life.
All right, what's your insight modifier?
0. Like it's not good. Like I'm not like
All right, you
I'm
can't,
actually going to pass this.
you can't make a read.
I can't make a read.
Yeah, you rolled a 1.
I can't tell if you're telling the truth or not. But tell me that you didn't just make a deal with Tiamat or something of the likes. My life isn't worth it, Axel.
I do not
Never been.
exchange. I do not exchange words with the betrayer gods. It is not in my bloodline.
If my life costs you something significant, let it be known it's not worth it.
Do I look like I own anything significant?
The sword on your back signifies other words, but the friendships you've made signify that even further, in my opinion.
Unfortunately, I do not own.
You're both depressing. Get some sleep.
I fucking bet. I'm very tired.
Anzac.
Yep.
You are gonna get a message through sending.
Yeah, let's hear it. What does he want to say?
It's coordinates that are like maybe a 30-minute walk from your current location.
2 hours. I'll meet you there.
Okay. Everybody else gets through the night.
2 hours go by and I get up and go.
Yeah. Make me a stealth check for the heck of it. Nobody's gonna. I just want to know.
I don't stealth. I think that anybody that would really want to go with me, I'm not going to stop them.
Or notice you
Actually-
walking. Okay.
Yeah. I'll just get up and go. And everyone asks, bathroom.
Okay. I'm gonna roll a d4. You know what, Cypher? Roll me a d4. We'll decide who was on watch. To see who would notice Anzac walk away.
3.
So skipping Anzac, that would be you, Cypher.
I'm gonna use the bathroom and take a quick walk. I need to think about some things.
Can I get a read on him? Do I notice that he's lying?
What's your modifier?
I look
Or inside? 4.
I look
Okay.
disheveled. I look angry is the thing on my face.
Anzac, make me a deception check. I'll give you a shot.
I'm not lying. I am literally gonna go to use the bathroom and then take a quick walk to there's something up. Like there's something fucking up
Okay.
with me. But,
All
like,
right. So so you, without even a roll, you can tell there's something on Anzac's mind when he's telling you these things. That there's something else there.
Alright. Like, on your way.
if I don't come back in 2 hours, I'll tell her the coordinates.
Oh,
Come-
that's trusting. Okay.
I'll write them down.
Wake up Finn and ask him to send a message to me. If I don't respond, or if I don't say exactly this, I met with my son. Everything is okay. And then I should probably think of a third thing here, huh? You know what? That will be the third thing. Is that exact sentence. I don't say exactly that. Something's wrong.
Alright.
But don't
Do
send
you
that
feel
message
like
till
you'll
2
be
hours.
safe going to your son?
Maybe. Maybe not. I never got to speak to him. I never got to know why he did this. What happened caused this. We were all so willingly able to forgive Alexian for what he had done. Fuck it. I'll just go there and forgive my son too. At least I know that he was a good person at some point. Can't say the same for Alexian. Look, I'm not trying to take my temper out on you. It's not your fault. It's none of our faults. I just knew something was up and I didn't say anything. I sat there and let it ruminate instead of stopping what I thought was the correct choice. So I don't know if this is the correct choice, but it's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to make my own decisions with my own purpose.
Would you like me to tag along?
No.
All right.
I don't want you to die because I'm angry.
I think I'm safe from dying for the moment, but I'll let you choose.
2 hours then.
2 hours it is.
I go.
All right, so I gotta ask.
No,
Cypher, you don't
I'm not
follow?
following.
Okay. Fine, Anzac. You will you arrive at the coordinates. There's nothing there yet, and I know you'll wait. I know that wouldn't be an issue, so you kind of.
I'll call out. If you were meant to kill me, you'd just kill me. Can we just talk father to son about what this is really about? Less games, less. You're always smarter than me. Smarter than your brother. I know for a fact I couldn't even begin to dream the machinations you've laid out upon you. In fact, you were to be the next leader, because I believe your brain will be the thing that saved our village more than anything. But here we are.
Behind you, there's a rock, and suddenly you see a cloaked silver dragonborn kind of just sitting there.
Good to see you. Faltier. Faltek. Faltiek.
Yeah, Faltiek. I wish I could say the same. You've really done a wonder.
And this entire time, I thought you were the major concern.
He pulls
You
his
know-
hood. He pulls his hood down. You notice one of his eyes is different.
Kind of already figured. You know, when this began, the only thing I wanted to say was I loved you. And I still do. No matter what choice you make, no matter what you do in this world, you will be my son. I'm sorry I couldn't have raised you better, or I wasn't there if you cried. Or that I ever put your brother in front of you.
He'll lean forward a little bit and go, "Oh, I didn't doubt any of that. But that's why I do what I do. I do what I do to bring peace to the land. And you know
We're
what?
in peace.
You know what equals peace? No more civilization. It'll be peaceful. No more government. No more leadership. No more any of that. It'll be more peaceful than it ever has been. The problem is people.
I'm not
People are the
saying
problem.
dust isn't a peaceful place to live, but when you have nothing but dust, you'll get flies. I'll come back. Your solution isn't permanent.
Oh, it'll be permanent. But there's a bigger ordeal happening right now.
Yeah, you've managed to find a way to distract me long enough, I'd say. But you don't want forgiveness, do you?
No, I am not seeking forgiveness.
Is he insight check him?
Yeah, you can roll it.
He's my son. Like, can I tell if he's upset? Like, is he hiding it?
I'll give you
Like, I
advantage.
have his tails.
I'll give you advantage on the insight. You
It
can
doesn't
roll
matter. If it's above 20, I can't do it anyways.
it. It's above 20.
18.
No, he is completely clean with you. He is saying how he feels. You
What
know,
caused this? What led to this realization that our village should return to dust?
Oh, you think it's just the village? No. Big
No, that was the
picture.
start.
Simple. We were slaves once. Why was that even why did that even
4
happen?
generations ago, we were slaves.
And then I looked at the rest of the world and I'm like, there's so much sorrow and so much depression, sadness. If nobody loved anything, there would be no more sorrow, no more sadness, no more depression. So if I take that away, it makes everything better. But this isn't about me. This is about you, and I've come with a present.
Let's get on with it. What's the present? And what's the price for your gifts?
No price. No price. We may not always agree on their current terms, but I also don't want this Titan or whatever he is doing what he does. I don't appreciate it. It kind of butts into my boss's
not
plans.
The dust you want?
Not the dust I want.
A little too much ichor in the soil for you.
A little bit.
Just another Lord of the Flies.
He kind of like waves his hand, which clearly looks different. And a skeleton forms out in front of you, holding like this giant greatsword. It almost has the same kind of aura that Cypher's has. Something that might be able to strike something that is way above you.
And the conditions and curse?
No conditions. No curse.
You know you once sold your brother's toy back to him after you hid it for 5 copper coin?
6
You made your
copper
brother
coin.
buy his own toy from you after you stole it.
It was 6 copper coin.
Nothing you give comes without a price. When I told you to water the plants, you sat there until I'd pay you. You've never done anything for free. And I like that about you. A man knows his worth.
As long as you stay true to who you are, it is just a gift. It's a gift from my master.
And what's your master's name?
Well, that's not really of importance.
You could tell me it's Alexian.
Oh,
Is it?
obviously not.
Then who?
He kind of like looks at you, goes, "Do you already know?"
I have a suspicion. The library told me of a man named Vecna, who later ascended into something greater than a man.
That is correct. Now, back to the points. You always like to drift. This sword is the answer to solve the problem that you have caused. It's no pact.
Once I solve the issue,
No
what
deal.
happens to the sword?
I will take it. It will disappear.
I'll leave it next to the body. Collect it whenever you see fit.
That sounds just fine.
Have a good day.
Oh,
Take the sword and I leave.
but before you go, he hands you a little chest. If any of your companions wish for a weapon of this stature, just let them open the chest.
No. Couldn't do that to them.
Well, you would have to
Sorry.
offer it to him, so it's really up to you if you don't offer it to him, but hold on to the chest. It might come useful. It's a little one. Like, like a little hand chest that you easily could just hide in your backpack.
I think I've found my price. Or condition, if you will.
Yeah, your druid friend looks like he could use a little pick-me-up as well.
Sure he could.
But that other one, Cypher, well, that one's got some she's gonna have her own issues later.
So what happened with Degree on that ship? I never got to hear the full tale.
Well, I first borrowed, made a pact per se, as you know. You know how it happened.
I have a copy of it right here.
I wasn't quite sure what I was capable of. I was on board a ship. These sailors were not good people. So I destroyed them. I thought I took care of all of them. I mean, I did later. But Degree just happened to be the survivor and got away. But it's all solved and down now, right? He's where he wants to be with the rest of his crew.
Very non-creal. Not with the rest of his crew.
Wherever he is.
You, look. I see now the folly of my ways, but I thank you for helping your old man out in his time of need.
Not a problem.
Look. Stay safe. At least until I come for you.
Next time we meet, might not be on the same kind of terms.
No. Suppose not. Suppose not. And hey. I love you. Get some good night's sleep.
He stands up. He turns, he walks away, and he just kind of vanishes in the night.
I just punch the nearest tree as hard as I can and I just cry. It's just like the realization there's nothing there. I can't save that. That's gone. That's past the line. I already knew it was past the line, but I have to like really accept that it's past. No saving that.
Yeah, you're pretty strong, so you're just denting the hell out of this tree. You're just
take the sword and I head back. Probably at the hour 50 mark.
Okay. Cypher, you see Anzak walk back with a big old sword.
You gave me a gift.
Do I notice that it's like on equal levels?
You do notice that sword is... Make me an Arcana check, Cypher. You know magic, so go ahead and make me an Arcana check.
26.
That sword is on par with kind of like what you have, but what he has is what one would call forbidden magic.
The actual ability to kill a god. Holy shit.
I see you got yourself a nice little trinket.
Yeah, all it cost was my soul, 200 people's soul, and releasing a god upon the world.
Well,
not a bad deal.
I mean, forbidden magic costs a lot.
I don't know what that is. What is this hunk of metal?
So what you can kind of get with the forbidden magic, it is one that's kind of... It's not necessarily built like yours. So yours is Cypher's is built to literally kill a god. Your whole design of yours, it can do a lot of things to souls. His can do a lot of things that would be considered forbidden. And you know, Alexian has a soul, so that is something that he might be able to do something with. It is forbidden magic in the sense of that. You could learn more, but you would have to touch it and like study it. It'd be up to you two.
I've touched it. Like fuck it.
Oh yeah, you're gonna get a whole stat block in a minute.
Would you let me touch it?
Oh, I don't give a shit.
All right, I grab it.
Okay. So you grab it, and you kind of like
Cypher,
run your. It has arcane runes.
Have a soul?
I do for now, I think.
Is it promised anywhere?
I did not ask for specifics in this deal.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
So Cypher, you run your fingertips across the arcane ruins of this greatsword.
Mhm.
The first things first, it's a +4 greatsword.
Ooh.
Sweet.
Second stat, when he kills something with it, he absolutely destroys the soul. There's no trapping it. There's no the soul being brought to their god. It absolutely destroys the soul that whoever he kills with it.
Mm-hmm.
The third thing, here I had a list that it can be from. The third thing is when Anzac kills somebody, you'll get a whole list. Obviously, I'll send Anzac the list. The third thing is when he does kill somebody with it, he does get a life drain of 2d6 as well. But you do realize this is forbidden magic, meaning it has a chance of converting Anzac if he loses himself at any point while wielding this sword. Whether it's to anger, to sadness, anything like that can be a risk of him being corrupted.
Converted.
Yeah. Giving in to his emotions more than he would, and whatever else comes from it. There are 2 other things as well. He can always call it to his person, and it is being tracked.
Mm. Okay. Given you're a very emotional man, be careful when you strike with this sword.
What does that even mean?
Your emotions can get you corrupted.
I'm already corrupted. Not gonna get worse.
Just letting you know. Also, he knows where you are at all times.
You already knew where I was at all times. You literally gave me coordinates and waited until I was almost asleep for it. He's mailed us part by part Degree's body.
Cypher, he is not being tracked by his son.
I was about to say that. I don't think it's your son that is following you.
What's following me now?
Cypher does not even know.
But whoever it is, it's interested.
He's gonna take his breath. I think I'm not in the right state of mind to use this. If what you say is right. I'm too angry. I'm too tired. I am too just everything. I'm beginning to think I understand how Alexian feels with his rage.
You should go take a rest.
Do you think I should leave the sword here?
Sure. I'll hold on to it.
No. No, I meant leave it behind.
Oh. You want it to end up in the wrong hands?
I don't think it will. If it's already ended up in the wrong hands. Before I had it, he had it. And if he has it, well, it could go to anyone at any time.
The choice is yours, but I'd suggest keeping it.
Let's just hope Axel doesn't kill me in my sleep for talking to my son. Though I think he and I share very similar opinions about him right now. Alright. Good night, Cypher.
Night.
Do you take the sword, Anzac, or do you leave it with Cypher?
No, that's next to me.
Okay. Yeah. So this sword, it's very bronze and copper themed. Seems, it's not even silver or even feels like metal. And it feels very light for its size. I'll mention that. You know, even Cypher was able to hold it with one hand. It's very light for its size. And it's very bland.
I would feel like that Anzak is too out of it to notice anything. It's feeling particularly numb.
Okay.
Or overwhelmed.
All right, everybody go ahead and proc a long rest. Everybody can take a point of exhaustion off if you had one.
Even if we're infected?
Yes.
Finally, I'm not at disadvantage on everything.
Alrighty.
Yeah, so everybody kind of wakes up in the morning, gathers their things. I'm gonna roll a d4, skip Cypher. Finn.
Alrighty, what's up?
You notice that Cypher's left eye is more of a snake eye.
She's been drinking power.
Sorry.
But she doesn't know. But yeah, just the left one.
So I take it we're both awake and like near each other then.
Yeah,
right?
like I imagine you're packing your bags, right? Because you're about to go, whatever, putting everything back together.
I'll talk to her with telepathy. Hey, you doing okay in there?
Peachy.
Do I hear more than one voice? I think the last time I did this, I heard a
Absolute-
bunch of voices.
Yes, but actually, it's a completely different mindset.
Ooh.
You hear a lot more of revenge, kill, death, sadness.
It's kind of weird for you to have a one-track mind when you've got like 50.
Yeah. We're all in agreement right now.
Well, you make sure you don't do anything too reckless.
I'll do my best.
He mutters under his breath.
By the looks of it, you already have.
By the way, Champ, I did want to ask a question. I just didn't want to interrupt any of
Yeah, you're good.
RP or anything of the sorts. But during the night, other than the blood moon, was there anything visible at all? Or is
No.
it just...
Nope, that moon is the biggest, brightest that you've seen it in a lot ever in your lifetime.
I can't even actually see any of the stars or even be able to...
No, the light of the moon is absolutely blocking them all
just
out.
blocking everything off. Like,
Yeah.
completely. Continue, pardon me, not that.
No, you're good.
I was
Everybody-
just like,
And as you guys realize in the morning as you pack your things, it is still dark out. The moon's still there, still bright as heck. The only light you're getting is the red light from the moon. You do notice, though, that the ruidium in you guys is fading away.
Well, at least one good thing came from it.
Also, any ruidium weapons or shields you guys had, they're broke. They don't work anymore.
They just crumbled into dust.
Yeah, they
basically.
basically just crumble into nothing.
Okay. I'll take that longsword out of my inventory.
My 3-pronged sword!
You got a better sword.
Oh yeah,
Dude,
he
is
does.
it better? It's like gonna kill me if I use it.
Wow.
So with the
that's
freaking
so
3-pronged
different.
sword.
That's so different from the 3-pronged sword. Exactly.
Okay, my 3-pronged sword was better.
One can kill a god. The other one can't.
Neither of them can kill a god. One can steal your soul.
Hmm.
But the other one had 3d6 damage and 2d4. Which I think at the end of the day is still better than the +4.
It doesn't steal a soul; it destroys a soul.
Well, I get to heal off of it.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you get a life drain out of it, so that's nice. When you kill
I'm
somebody
waiting for you to
with it.
send me the sword so I can put it in.
You won't need it for this session. I'll get it to you.
Okay.
Alright, so you guys kind of all just pack up on the road and continue walking.
Okay. Sounds good.
Anybody say anything to each other? Anything you guys want to do before the next rest?
Feel like we've got a long journey ahead.
Axe, I'm gonna need you to not kill me.
I can't promise that, Enzo. You know that.
Assume you've by now noticed I have a sword.
I've noticed.
Don't ask where it came from.
I mean, I assume it came from the same place ciphers came from.
Not exactly. Less evil than that. Surprisingly.
Everybody just talking to like imaginary creatures.
I wouldn't call them imaginary.
Yeah.
These things will be decided after we deal with what we've created.
Right now, we're in the midst of an apocalypse.
The goodness is this one
People-
didn't cost my soul.
Well,
Yeah, but people are,
You've already sold
Yeah.
your soul.
and I side eye.
Nothing. I
and
had it
side-eye
sold for me.
Cypher. And people are making bargains with whoever answers back.
Yeah.
Yeah, she didn't even make a deal.
I don't know that.
The
No, I know.
kind
It's
of-
just funny.
I'm assuming a bargain was struck. Sorry, what were you saying, Donnie?
It's the worst kind of deal is an open-ended one.
But I realized something last night. We are without a doubt going to kill my son.
That's been decided a long time ago.
Yes. But I guess what I mean by that was I was hesitant before, but no longer. Well, we have a long day ahead of us. Shall we go?
North to the port.
All right. Anything I can skip to the port, unless there's something you guys want to do before you guys arrive to the port. Okay, well that answers that.
Yep.
Well, no, that was.
Go ahead.
No, we can continue. That's fine.
All right. So you guys arrive to this city. Really, it's my bad. Yeah, it's a city. It's a port city. It is a major trade center and a very, very popular tourist attraction. This city seems untouched. It is still bustling. People are still living their best lives. You see a lot of people taking, like touristy stuff. People are drawing, paying for like games and trinkets and stuff of that sorts. You see massive cargo ships and a lot of fishing vessels in this city.
This is Shamal, right?
Yes. Yep.
We must find a boat.
You guys secure us a vessel. I have to go take care of something.
I've been like a fisherman for most of my life. Can I find us a boat?
Well, you need a cargo ship. You know that a fishing vessel would not would not be the kind of boat you want to take across the ocean. But yeah, there's plenty of boats. It's so you definitely can walk up to either any of the boat captains or anything of the sort.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so what do you want? You want to try to like rent your own boat, or do you want to like speak to the captains of particular boats?
I don't know where we need to go, so I think we need to rent our own boat. We don't know where we need to go.
Nobody in this party is sailing us across the ocean.
True.
What's the biggest, baddest boat they got there?
There's a massive cargo ship. Massive. I mean, this thing could hold anything, even a horse, multiple horses, lots of horses.
Does it have weaponry in it?
It does, but nothing like absurd, like swords, shields, spears.
I'm looking for a warship.
No warships, sadly.
The big one's probably our best shot.
Finn, what did you want to do? Obviously, you wanted to stray from the party for a second.
Yeah, so we don't have to like RP this or anything, but this is where I grew up and my mom is here. So I figure if my character is passing through this city, potentially to go march to their death while fighting a god, probably gonna go say hi to his mom before he leaves.
Okay. How long has it been since you've seen your mother?
Years. I was recruited a long time ago by the Allegiance of the All-Sight.
Okay.
Kind of kidnapped. But yeah. So it's been like a decade.
Yeah, so she won't even recognize you at first. Like you go knocking on the door, right? Whatever the case is. And she doesn't even recognize you.
Mom, you acting like you haven't seen me before. You know any other fish people?
She takes a pause and she just gives you a big hug. She's like, where the hell did you get that sarcasm from?
I'm around a bunch of nerds all day. All they have is their wit.
But she'll go ahead and give you like a huge hug. I'm just glad you're okay.
Well, that's a word for it.
Well, come in.
I just want
All right. I head inside.
Yeah. Yeah, like she pulls up the table and like has like some fruit or whatever and says, it's kind of like sits down. She's like, so tell me, I mean, hopefully you came here to see me, but obviously maybe your journey bringing you somewhere else.
Not quite that simple, unfortunately. Have you heard of the recent happenings? There's been a lot of destruction around the cities.
Yeah, I've heard that Ankrahel has had a real bad, and there's some talk from the cargo ships coming from the other continents. They think that there's actually a war going on between nations right now. Is actually what the rumor is.
I'm not gonna get too into it, but there's going to be some conflict. I wanted to make sure I saw you. I'm actually just passing through.
What's this conflict have to do with you? You're not a fighter. You're a scholar.
No. Not usually. As fate would have it. I've been saying fate a whole lot these days. I was there when it happened. When this started. And I can't not be there when it ends.
She kind of
That was adorable.
Nods a little bit. Well, okay. Well, I believe in you. But for today, you're welcome to stay as long as you need to, whenever you come by. And just understand that, just be safe, whatever you decide or wherever you go.
Thanks, Mom. It's been so long. I really needed to hear that.
Yeah, and she kind of goes on a little bit about what she's been doing. That she actually has like a garden and whatnot, and like she has like a stand where she sells anything, like the fruit or the garden and the vegetables. She tells you that they get a lot of tourists. They get a lot of tourism nowadays because it's a huge port city. And that there was a huge wedding here at one point.
Oh, wow.
By a very popular group of adventurers. The Vox Machina. Yeah. And that helped the tourism even more. And that there's a lot of boats coming in and out, and that she's has always thought of you and hoping that you were safe. You know, and she's happy that you checked in.
All right. I imagine I'd spend a few hours with her at least, just catching up before. I probably we're in a rush. There's no way I probably can stay the night here or anything like that. I'd probably make my way to the dock after meeting with my mother.
Okay. You guys, obviously Axel pointed out a boat that he'd like to try to get. Axel, and you guys, you four, you approach the captain. He kind of like, he's putting stuff in and he's looking around and he notices you guys approach him and he goes, "Hey, if you need to transport something, you got to pay the fee."
What's the fee?
Well, for a crate of goods, doesn't matter what the goods are, it's about 35 gold pieces these days.
30. But now how big of a crate are we talking?
Like, kind of points, it's just a weapon crate. It's just like a small weapons crate. Like, you couldn't fit you guys in there if that was what your plan was.
How much would it be for us?
All of you? All four of you?
No, one more.
There's
5.
There's 5 of you. Well, first things first, let me just tell you that the sea and the continents have been a little bit, there's been just some disarray. A little bit of, nothing crazy's happened yet, but there's a lot of rumors of, cities being attacked by something.
I would imagine you'll see some refugees from Ankarel coming north pretty soon here.
Well, that's good reason not to be here, because I don't like dealing with that shit. So, it'll be 40 gold a person.
Okay. And then what if we work on the journey? We're all able-bodied.
Well, okay. What? Looks at all of you. Looks at Cypher. All able-bodied, huh?
You'd be surprised.
I got my limbs.
All right. If all 5 of you are willing to put in work on the ship, there'll be 30 gold.
Okay. And where exactly are you going for your next stop?
We're going to well, you got a couple options. I'll roll to see. It looks like I got like 2 options. We're gonna go to Iman.
Okay, I'm gonna put my sword on the floor and see where it floats towards.
It's really just kind of pointing towards that continent. It's too much to be like precision, you know what I mean, to figure out exactly where it's going.
It's going up towards the Tal'Dorei area.
Yes, absolutely.
I think Iman's good enough for me.
All right, he puts his hand out. All right. Everybody playing their gold, 30 gold pieces?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I got 29.
I'll pay the extra.
Okay.
I'll give you one gold coin, Cypher,
Okay.
and then I'll be like, I need 29 gold.
I'll pay for whomever wasn't here already.
I pay for the
That would
both
be
of them.
fin-
Jesus.
Yeah.
I gave all my money to Jason before the city exploded.
All right. They're both paid for.
And I
paid for
purposely
Finn's.
didn't go look for him in the
Okay.
city because I didn't want to see what happened.
Oh yeah. So like, best case he's alive, doing his best somewhere. Worst case, yeah.
Him and his family are dead.
Honestly, I sent him out of the city before all
Yes,
that
you
happened.
did. Yes, you did. But his
So
family was still there.
Yeah, so I don't know what. Maybe he took his family with him because it's such a long journey.
All right, so the boat's paid. He's like, all right, I leave tomorrow morning.
The crack of dawn.
Crack of dawn.
Works for me.
And he gets back on the ship and he goes, we're gonna have some stowaways, all right, guys? And kind of like just starts talking to his crew.
I mean, we paid, but we're not really stoked. You know what? Fine.
Yeah.
Not gonna question it.
So you guys have the day here.
First thing I'm doing is going to a tavern.
Okay, okay.
I'm gonna be looking around. Does the masses, are they just going around their day normally, even though, at the moment, even though it's supposed to be daylight out, it's, dark?
Yeah, they absolutely are. I mean, what are they to do? You know what I mean? Other than do their daily, right? Like, what else are they to do? Axel, the tavern is definitely tiki themed.
Oh dear.
Hell yeah.
I was following along, by the way. I didn't want to do anything else.
Oh, you're gonna go into the tiki tavern?
Regretting it a little, but yeah.
I want to get one of those little drinks with a little umbrella in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, you gotta enjoy the small things. You guys are pretty miserable, right? So, yeah, it's only a silver.
Oh, you know what? Do you still have my hand?
Yes.
Now that this ruidium poisoning's leaving, maybe I can finally attach that back.
I whip it out of the bag and lay it on the table.
You hear the people next. You go, "What the fuck?"
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
It comes up all the time.
To be fair, Cypher, I don't know if this is the right place to do this.
It's just a hand.
No, I
I'll put it
understand that
back in there.
you're in some turmoil right now, but I'll buy Cypher. Oh nope, never mind. I don't have any money.
It's a silver.
It's a silver. I need to sell some stuff. Cypher, do you have a silver?
I got a copper.
Good. All right.
Let's see.
On 3. You ready?
Sure. What
And
are
on
we
3,
doing?
he's gonna grab Cypher to throw her out of the back and start running out the front door. I forgot we didn't have money. I'm sorry.
So you guys are basically dining and dashing at this point.
He won't even finish the drink. He knows the best.
So you and Cypher are sitting there drinking. You guys can talk for a minute before that happens if you guys want, because it's the one moment you two will have to yourselves if you wish.
I appreciate you carrying my arm all this way. Sure, it's not very light.
It was worth carrying it around.
I mean, is it though?
Yeah, it's in pristine condition. Either I was gonna attach it back onto you, or I was gonna display it somewhere.
That's weird, Cypher.
You thought it was normal?
You can't just display people's missing limbs. That's not a normal thing. Also, what's wrong with your eye?
Which one?
This one, the left one.
I thought it was normal. I mean, the right
So you could
one
take a
is-
glass. You could take like a glass if you
I'll
want.
pick up a plate. And
You see that your left eye is a snake eye.
So when I blink, what does it do? So,
Whatever you want it to do.
it's kind of creepy. hope that goes away at some point.
I don't think it's gonna go away, Cypher. Well, what exactly conversation did you have back at the orphanage?
There was no conversation. They said they could help. I said, let's do this.
Do you know who it was?
Make a religion check, Cypher. The only thing that you would know out of is that it sounded like a snake.
25.
Yeah, you know what you know. Did you look it up?
Yes.
Okay, then yeah, you know. You can tell him.
It was Zahir that approached me.
Didn't we kill one of their cultists
I think he did.
for being a cultist of Zahir?
Yes, I think we did.
That's quite the hypocrisy there, Cypher.
I guess I am the replacement.
Well, we'll figure out how to get you out of that one later.
Yeah.
If we can kill
Or
a
not.
Titan, you know.
That's the goal.
Yeah, you know, I've been thinking about it. If we can kill the Titan, then we figure out how to kill a god. Maybe we just take out a betrayer god and a Titan at the same time.
That sounds like an epic quest I'm in.
You know, I mean, I'll have to get stronger and I'll have to lift a lot more weights, but I think we can do it.
I'll just like lift up my little thin ass arm. Well, I mean, I'm weak as shit, but I can try.
We'll get you lifted in time. Also, are you ready to get out of here? I forgot I didn't have any money.
Yeah,
Go.
and this is when you
Yeah.
But as he flips me over and runs, I still want to have my drink with me.
Oh, so you like you get
Drink.
you get thrown out as you're still sipping it as you get thrown out the back.
Yeah.
Dying and dashing. You guys see Axel kind of like jog himself out of the front of this tavern.
I noticed I still have 2 oranges in my inventory. I guess I'll drop those. They might not be the greatest anymore, but hey, they're oranges.
I don't have money. Here's 2 oranges. All right, what are the 3 of you guys doing?
Sulking.
I would spend a little bit of time with my teammates and then end the night at my mom's house.
All right, everybody else is gonna have to pay to sleep unless you want to try to offer your mom's house.
You
to
guys are
everyone.
poor right now? Is that true? Is that what's going on? I thought everybody.
I'm poor. I give
I'm
all
not.
my money
I'll
to
pay.
the
I'll pay
mercenary.
for everybody's. I'll pay for
I'm
everybody's.
not poor.
All right, it'll be
There-
for everybody. It'll be 4 gold.
Okay.
Can
I'll
I
pay it.
find this is a trade hub, right?
Absolutely.
I would like to look for a merchant.
They're everywhere. What are you trying to look for in particular? You're trying to sell, right?
I'm trying to offload a magical weapon.
All right, which one?
My +1 pike.
Don't you
Oh.
need that since you don't have another one anymore?
No, I have my black tier.
It says a pike.
Yeah.
Bam, bam. All right. He'll offer you 100 gold pieces for it.
I can live off that for a while.
Yeah, you
Deal.
definitely could. Yeah. All right. He'll take that +1 pike off your hand and give you 100 gold pieces.
Sweet.
But he will be like, "Well, where'd you find this?
Deep in the abyss.
What? Well, what?
Yeah,
Yeah,
here,
are you-
around the corner.
Are you just an adventurer?
Yes, sir.
Well,
Yeah.
You're interested in a job?"
Absolutely.
He kind of like points over to the merchant across the street. Yeah, that guy right there. He copied my idea. I need you to
Bullshit.
throw him out.
What was your idea?
He points to his sign, and it just says like magical goods, and the guy across the street also says magical goods in the exact same font.
Well, it does seem like a clear infringement of copyright.
I give you a solid 10 gold pieces if you can get him to at least take that sign down.
Beat him up.
Okay, that makes sense to me. I'll just turn around and start walking over there.
All right, so you walk to the other
Cypher
side.
still with me?
Cypher can be, yeah.
Yep. All right, Cypher. Today we're going to learn about copyright infringement.
All right.
So you get to the second guy. You get to the second guy. Welcome to the magical goods shops. What can I do for you?
You know, this place seems a lot like the other magical goods shop.
Yeah, he took my idea.
What?
Yeah.
I'll take care of that for you.
We could.
30 gold. I'll solve that issue for you.
I mean, I don't have a lot. He looks down. I got for you 7 gold pieces if you can get him to take his signs down.
I mean, do you have any goods that you might be able to put up for barter?
Whoa. Goods are a little more expensive. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but so is having your own individual shop. I mean, well, what if we gave the good word about your shop to somebody else and they thought it was his shop and gave him the business?
Wow, that confused me, sir.
Me too.
You know what? He kind of goes through a bag. He puts a ring of protection. This is the best I can do.
That'll do. He'll turn around and just walk over to the other shop.
He looks over and be like, hey, you got him to take down that sign?
You know, I have a better idea, actually. After talking to him, he's not too bright.
Yeah, he's kind of a dumbass.
You know, and I'm worried that if he takes down his sign, they're going to think that your shop is his shop because your sign looks same as his now. So what if we changed your sign so it looks newer?
Make a persuasion check.
9.
Can I opt ideas and help with that?
Yeah, so
or-
go ahead. No, I want you to pitch it then. Go ahead.
Right. I'm like, how about we cross off the G of goods, so you're a magical ooze. People are gonna think, you know what? That store is better than the regular goods store.
Goods? What are goods? I love oods.
Exactly.
Make a persuasion check, Cypher.
Can't fail that 130.
He looks at you, goes, I've never heard such a brilliant idea of my life. You're in.
Let's get this done.
He hands you the sign. Could you take care of it, though?
Yeah. Just grab the dagger and start crossing the G off.
Start marking it. Yeah, it takes you about 30 minutes, but you get it done.
Nice.
Very good.
But he hands Axel 10 gold pieces.
Sweet. Now we can eat for a while.
Shall we
Go
go
walk
back and
back.
pay for our drink?
Yeah, we should. We really should.
The other guy will hand the ring of protection to Cypher. Technically, she was the one that...
Oh, that's fine.
You
then
guys
we'll
go
get
back
it.
and pay. So take off 2 gold for the drinks. They're gonna make you pay an extra gold because you died at Dash. But I know
That's
you will.
fair.
Yeah.
We felt bad about it.
Yes. Pay an extra gold.
What a day.
Yeah.
All right, anything else anybody else wants to do before you guys rest for the night?
Nope.
I'm gonna be contemplating about how the hell we were gonna be able to even stop.
Yeah, I could kind of tell how the mood Holo is giving out. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, like this entire time it's been like, what the fuck are we going to do?
Well, good news is you get Cypher apparently has an answer for you with that short sword.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the problem. That's the only answer that we have at the moment.
Well, you got
have
Anzac's
two.
sword. Yeah, you got Anzac's sword.
Again. Again, that is the problem. Yes. Oh, man. And I have no way of communicating with the stars. Whatsoever.
Just look up.
Yeah. What do you see? Red.
the sky.
Yeah, you see red
Not
light.
even.
Yeah, the
Not
light's
even. You
blocking
don't
the
even see the
stars out.
sky.
Yeah, the red light just blocks it all out.
Well, that's weird.
I mean, that's what I was asking earlier. Like, what exactly was, the difference, or if there was any. But no, it's just literally 24/7 red light.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and actually stop here before you guys get on that boat, because we're gonna talk about some things.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah.